What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Gamer Dad channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to be looking at Subway Morgue, the Division 1's more iconic missions that I think spells out everything that had gone on in this particular world. Now, the Division has this interesting story. I hate that some of the premise of the story we got to experience in real life. This is something that is not hidden. I mean, just the past few years will probably tell you. And please ignore the yelling, excited kid that's in the background. My kids are home, and so I'm just making this video with my Blue Yeti mic that picks up everything. So that's by the wayside. The Subway Morgue mission is very interesting. It has something to do with kind of restoring, some power of some kind in terms of tech to the base of operations in the map. However, it paints the most eerie picture that I could tell you in one area for what has been going on here. So, cue the Cleaners, another faction in the Division who are taking on the entire premise of taking out people and saying that they're all contaminated by burning them. Kind of sick in a sense. And I'm talking about sick not in a, oh yeah, that's sick, dude. No, I'm talking about sick like y'all psycho. And here you're going to come in and try to, get Paul Rhodes, give him some relief and some backup in terms of him trying to restore some power that's much needed, because apparently sabotage is one method of these factions to disrupt things and, basically allow for things to only go their way. Now, this mission, I like it because, again, there is verticality to it like we saw with, say, the other mission in Madison Field Hospital, and you can notice that there's something pretty cool. You start out at the top, and then you start making your way down and down and down, because this is literally a kind of a tomb in a sense. It's a morgue. That's the name of the mission, Subway Morgue. These cleaners have converted an old subway into some kind of a place where they are actually carrying out these illicit activities, quite, I would say depraved in a sense. This is where it kind of really does hit home with the Division. Like, they're trying to tell you, hey man, this what's going on here sucks, man. So you need to basically be able to, figure this stuff out. Now, let's talk about the level design. Let's talk about the elements that we're seeing here. Let's kind of take our time and let's kind of take it all in. This is a very, in my opinion, from a game development perspective, this is quite the layered level, and I like the way they've basically shaped its complexity, and at the same time granting the player, the capability to just, engage it in a much simple way. There is something that the mission tells you. Let's look at things from, say, the place of the visual effects first. When you get here, you see smoke and you see embers. Like, you're seeing something burning down there. And you're like, what in the world is down there? A lot of video games do this with their environment storytelling. This is what the Division 1 and its designers of this level are trying to convey to you. Why is there smoke? Wherever there's smoke, there's fire. Why is there fire burning down there? And then as you're trying to gain entry into this place, then you realize that this place is largely under construction. I mean, obviously, you see all these equipment here. You see stuff that's covering, all kinds of, materials. You see bags of, this looks like bags of cement, and all of this stuff with little, vehicles that are carrying and lifting them. And then you're like, oh, okay, something is going down here. And believe you me, you can run around all of this spot here to pretty much, investigate and look over there. That's waste. That's some kind of waste that's not being managed properly. And somehow it seems like maybe the cleaners have, used this as some kind of a barrier for themselves. They're basically, leveraging, whatever these equipment and infrastructure is to hedge themselves in a sense. This mission, in my opinion, is probably one of the better designed and better storytelling missions that you'll find in the game. It really does engage you with a lot of the mechanics that you're going to see eventually later. You can go upstairs here and you can assess as well a lot of what's going on in this area. I wish there was more of an encounter here as the player that would force you to basically, run all the way around, but you know, honestly, it's already a complex map, to be honest with you. And so I think this is already enough, especially when the division actually designed its missions for you to be able to run them depending on your level. And when you get to the max level, you're looking at like maybe 6-7 minutes. So you can see why there's not much of an encounter that still goes on, even though I wish that it were. And then you walk into this empty room. I just always wonder, like, why is that room empty? I guess, you know, there was an AI spawner that spawns one NPC, and then depending on the difficulty, it will spawn more. All right, making our way. Now, you come here, and there seems to be only just an indicator that says go over there. But hey, do you want to investigate? Do you want to ambush? How do you want to deal with the NPCs? You can basically come in and you can give a surprise attack. You can basically take them from, you know, another. Ooh, I'm standing right by a barrel. That's not good. These NPCs will shoot that barrel. There was one behind me, too. I figured. Okay, you're done. And who else was shooting me there? Scan. Pop, 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 pop. Bada beam, boom, pow. All right, boys. Let's go. It's an RPG, guys. Got to use a lot of bullets. I know some of you are probably watching going, man, how many bullets was that? I know. I get it. And so you make your way down this concrete bunker type deal. And again, another empty room, but there's stuff in here. And this layout, you know, is kind of a no-nonsense layout. You can tell that the cleaners, compared to, say, some of the other factions, are getting work done. They're, you know, the place is not as chaotic as, you know, when we looked at Madison Field, they had already, like, you know, scrapped it. But these guys have come in here and they're basically over, you know, dealing with stuff. And it's still so well organized. I don't know if they did the moving themselves or if, you know, the construction workers were just super organized and they're taking advantage of it. So let's go ahead and melt this line of fools. Give me that shield. Give me your. Oh, he came out with the fire. There we go. And into the tunnel. Now, you guys know division tunnels are premium. In a sense. I mean, I'm sure there are other games that do tunnels like way better, but you know, you can't lie how premium division tunnels are. And there's just a lot of open space here that you can pretty much go in and evaluate for yourself. You know, if you wanted to maybe explore, you know, you see like a really dark hallway of some kind. Oop, can't go there. Those of you that love to explore. And you can run around here. There might be like a crate for, you know, loot. It's one of the benefits of kind of like searching the world too. The developers, yes, in terms of the mission design, they give you your little pointers and your little markers and your little location, you know, dots. You can follow them, or if you veer away, then there might be rewards for you. I like the way they use visual effects and the particle effects. Many of you remember this particle effect, right? It may be the exact same one, too, from the Division 2's Bank HQ mission. When I actually did the analysis for that, there was like a little light that was busted, and it was just emitting like, you know, electrical sparks. But that light was actually somewhat busted. Here is something that I'm sure the developers basically improved upon, is that this electric box here that's basically, you know, emitting these particles. I think there's like a collision that stops the emission. Ooh. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, there we go. Okay. But this box doesn't seem damaged for it to be, you know, emitting whatever. But that one in Bank HQ, they ensured that, you know, showed some physical damage. But you never know. It could be, but that's the exact same asset. See it? See the wiring, and then you see the wiring over there? But it seems like they had used a stripped out wiring to kind of give you some variation. And then that's a place that you can't go to. There's nothing there for you to go to. You must go down through this area right here. And this is a really cool way of like telling the player, I want you to follow this linear path, and that's all you're going to get. Your exploration is relegated to the open world. And then there's like this little area here, you know, some plywood. Is that plywood or OSB? It looks really thin. Some kind of a paper of some sort. But it looks like plywood. Okay, this is plywood, okay? And then some little crates here. Some markers. You can tell there's an engineering crew that's actually getting work done here. Some props, wheelbarrow ladder, metal rods, and all of the above that says to you, this is, you know, going on. And this is a contaminated area. I like the way they did these contaminated areas in the game. You know, the VFX, you know, just saying it's contaminated. Isaac is just like kind of telling you I'm reading some contamination and such. And you put on your mask when you go into that. There just seems to be a very interesting coordinated way, you know, that they do things. And guess what's behind door number 5? We have some loot. The Division's loot is always key to its level design and its storytelling. So you come into this subway here, And you know, it's the subway. So you come into these tunnels, and it's not just you running through, because yeah, we do run through, but taking the time to appreciate, like, you know, how things have been laid and placed. Your brain is subconsciously actually just taking this information, by the way. Whether or not, you know, you're paying attention and going through it with like a fine comb, this is going on nonetheless. And I like this place here. Well, I hate it, but I like the way it conveys what's going on. So you go up here, right? You're supposed to go activate the power, right? You don't necessarily see what's going on, right? Until you activate that power. So you go in here and you activate the power relay. Boom. Everything is now turned on, right? Local power relay online. And then it tells you to go this way. This door opens up for you. And then you make your way out here. And there's something that is waiting for you. By the way, this is this is just some storage, whatever's. And now, bam, you see it. This is literally the entire premise for the name of this particular mission. Subway Morgue. It's insane how that mission structure basically is like, okay, go here. What is in the dark? I can't really see what's happening over there. And once you open and activate the door, voila, they show you exactly the carnage that's gone on and the madness that pretty much is ensuing in this world. And you see that these lights go on, and it's even way worse than you thought. Your brain doesn't got to tell you. It doesn't have to be spelled out to you. Your brain's going to tell you that this is madness. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stop the video here. Subway Morgue is storytelling in the Division. You know, I would say, in my opinion, probably one of the better ones that really does highlight what's going on. And what's weird is it's not a medical mission. You know, I guess it didn't have too much because you're trying to, you know, activate some power relays and stuff. But it's a really good way to have told the story overall. All right, I'll get out of your hair. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. I will continue with a part 2 because these missions, they make the videos too long. I don't want to do them too long. I prefer to just break them down, and then we could just, you know, highlight different aspects and take time doing so. Thanks for watching the video, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in part 2. Peace out.